Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park West. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is Thursday afternoon. We got 9 races we're going to take a look at. Let's check out those track and weather conditions. The main track fast, turf course firm. The first race, 5 furlongs on the turf. These are claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We got a scratch in here of number 6, right on the off-time favorite, number 8, Miss Lamborghini.
And the race is on. Miss Lamborghini from the outside got away in good order. Touch of Quality is right there, and Touch of Quality going to assume command through the first 16th of a mile. Miss Lamborghini has to settle back in second. Ice Show coming up the inside to be third with More to Adore and Rethink Me. They race in tandem fourth and fifth, but the top 5 only separated 2.5. That quintet's about 3 clear then of Barbados Kitten. It's another 4 then back to Unflinching, who's at the back of affairs. They take their battle into the far turn, and up on the front end, it's Touch of Quality and Miss Lamborghini, and these two speed off better than 2.5 lengths ahead of Rethink Me, who's up on the outside of Ice Show. They're third and fourth. More to Adore right in that second pack as well. Another 4 back to Barbados Kitten. Unflinching is yet to be involved as they turn to the top of the stretch. Touch of Quality still in charge. Touch of Quality off the turn in front by a length and 3/4 now. Ice Show trying to come up the inside, down the outside. Miss Lamborghini, More to Adore between them, but past the furlong pole, and Touch of Quality still in command. It's Touch of Quality past the 16th. More to Adore getting closer. Here's Barbados Kitten right down the center of the track, and Barbados Kitten gonna mow them all down to get the win. Barbados Kitten by a length and a half. Touch of Quality was second, More to Adore third, fourth looked like Rethink Me.
Number 5, Barbados Kitten closes from far back to score and pays $13.20, owned by Eric Steinman, trained by Jennifer Quillones, and ridden to victory today by Jeffrey Sanchez. Second race, 1 mile on the fast main track. These are maiden 3-year-olds and up with 6 in the field. The off-time favorite, number 3, Delinquent.
And the race is on. Something's Tapping came away a step slow. Good start for Bernardian, and down toward the inside, Freedom Matters, and CC Lopez sending Freedom Matters right out to the front. Bernardian into that second spot. Brilliant lineup from the outside, and 3 wide in third. Delinquent sits just in behind them in the fourth spot, about 3 off the lead. It's a length and a half more back to Something's Tapping, and Trouble Coffee at the back of affairs as they go winding around that first turn. And on the engine, Freedom Matters leads it. It's Freedom Matters in front by a length, Bernardian, and a 3-deep trip here for Brilliant Light as they wheel onto the back stretch. That trio still 2 lengths ahead of Delinquent and Missile Jaramillo, who's going nicely enough in fourth. Trouble Coffee is fifth, spotting the leaders 5, and Something's Tapping at the back of affairs, 7 lengths from front to back, with 4.5 furlongs left in their journey. And up front, Freedom Matters. Freedom Matters on the lead, 3 parts of a length. The duo stalking him consists of Bernardian and a 3-deep Brilliant Light, but now Freedom Matters tries to kick away past the half-mile pole. Freedom Matters quickly putting a length and a half on the other two. They're still 3 or 4 ahead of Delinquent, who's pushed along from the fourth spot. And then we come back to Trouble Coffee, and still a long, long last at the back of affairs is Something's Tapping. They go winding around the far turn, and up on the front end, it's Freedom Matters still well in command. Freedom Matters coming to the quarter pole arrives with about a 4.5 length lead. Delinquent up into the second spot. Trouble Coffee comes through down toward the inside. Bernardian trying to run on, but at the top of the stretch, it's still Freedom Matters. Freedom Matters past the 16th pole now. Delinquent starting to get closer from second. Freedom Matters has to make another furlong. Here's Delinquent up on the outside, and Delinquent goes to the front. Delinquent puts a nose in front of Freedom Matters, who tries to counter toward the inside. They're 5 or 6 ahead of Trouble Coffee. Delinquent a nose in front. Freedom Matters game on the inside. Down to these two, a driving photo finish. Oh man, very close. Freedom Matters fought hard with Delinquent. They were a long way ahead of Trouble Coffee, who finished third.
Whoa, what a close photo between number 3, Delinquent, and number 1, Freedom Matters. But when the smoke clears, it's number 3, Delinquent, getting it by a whisker, paying $3.20, owned by PTK LLC, trained by Dane Kabisky, and ridden by Emicial Jaramillo. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 3 on the firm turf course.
One of the world's most anticipated thoroughbred racing events of the year returns. The 3rd annual Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. Drawing competition from around the world with a $16 million purse split between 2 Grade 1 races. On the dirt and on the turf. Experience the incredible fashion, spectacular world-class service and entertainment, and the unrivaled adrenaline of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. Saturday, January 26th at Gulfstream Park. Get your tickets now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
Welcome back. Third race this afternoon, 7 1/2 furlongs on the turf. Claimers 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Scratch the 10, 11, and number 12, the off-time favorite, number 2, Adonis Creed.
And the race is on. And Adonis Creed, right from the opening bell, goes out to the early lead. My Lure from the outside, showing good speed. These two by the wire first time around. Modern Tail out in a good spot in third. Super Spender was way in fourth. Then comes the Gray Salt Mine, who stays down toward the inside in the 5th spot. Then we come back to Kelly Tough. Sinatra in between horses, piloting about 4 wide into that first turn. And at the back of affairs is King of Spades. The group covered by about 9 lengths as they head toward the back stretch. And Adonis Creed on the engine. Adonis Creed leads it by a length. My Lure a tugging, willing second. Down toward the inside, then comes Modern Tail. Super Spender out 4 wide, about 3.5 off the pace early on. Here's the Great Piloting, who's 5th right now, about 6 off the early lead. In between runners then comes Salt Mine down along the inside. Kelly Tough has 2 beat at this point. Those are Sinatra and King of Spades. A half mile left to go in their journey, and Adonis Creed has called all the shots thus far. Adonis Creed in front by a length. My Lure still stalking from that second position. Modern Tail comes through down toward the inside now to be third, starting to wind up. Super Spender 4th, drawn to within 4 as they go to the 3/8 pole, and pressure coming for Adonis Creed. Adonis Creed now leads it by only a half a length. My Lure on the outside getting a bit closer. Length and a half more back to Modern Tail. Super Spender tries to get going, piloting out 3 wide, starts to progress, also trying to run on from the back is Kelly Tough. They come to the top of the stretch, and Adonis Creed is still there. Adonis Creed leads it by a length. On the outside, here's My Lure coming up. Modern Tail between runners down the outside, piloting. King of Spades has made good progress and is sneaking up the inside. Even Sinatra, this one wide open with a 16th left to go. Here's King of Spades, Sinatra right down the outside. King of Spades and Sinatra down to these 2. Here's the wire. King of Spades got it. Sinatra was second. Very close photo for third between Adonis Creed and piloting.
Number 6, King of Spades, slips through on the inside and lights up the tote board and pays $46.20. Owned by Manhattan Racing Stable, trained by Kelly Breen, and ridden to victory today by Roberto Alvarado Jr. 4th race, 1 mile, fast main track. These are claimers 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races. Jockey change on the 5. Get a move on, make the rider C. Lopez.
And the race is on. Get a move on it a little bit slow. Good start for the favorite, My Point Exactly, who sprints out to the front. Don's Beach showing good speed, trying to come through down toward the inside is Brandt. But as they head to that first turn, it's My Point Exactly to take the point. Don's Beach right up alongside, and now My Point Exactly going to yield that leading spot to Don's Beach. In the 3rd spot, Katie's Catbird was out in good position 3 wide. It's another 3.5 or 4 more back to Aristellus. Brandt and Admiral Ginny are inside of that one, and it's another 6 or 7 back to Get a Move on it, who's the trailer. As they start their run down the backstretch, Don's Beach wanted the lead and has it. It's Don Beach past the 5.5 furlong pole in front, 3 parts of a length. My Point Exactly tugging Paco up into that clear second spot. Katie's Catbird sits in the Catbird seat in 3rd. It's another break of 2.5 back to Aristellus, who's up in the 4th position. Brandt and Admiral Jimmy race together in tandem 5th and 6th, and they're only about 5 off the lead. It's another 7 or 8 then back to Get a Move on it, who has to do just that, spotting these leaders about 15 as they head toward the far turn. Into that far turn they go, and My Point Exactly, the favorite, now comes calling after the lead and puts a neck in front. Don's Beach tries to go with that one, being pushed along from the 3rd spot. Katie's Catbird. Aristellus is coming into it nicely. Here's Aristellus, who's 4th, now a joint 3rd, going to challenge for 2nd. They still got to come get My Point Exactly. My Point Exactly, the gray comes past the quarter pole. Katie's Catbird is all in. Inside of that one, Aristellus. The others with some work to do. Brand Admiral Jimmy trying to run on. My Point Exactly turns for home in front. Katie's Catbird. Aristellus looms on the scene between runners, but a final furlong left to go. Here's Aristellus on the outside of My Point Exactly. Aristellus and My Point Exactly. Katie's Catbird just to their outside. A final 16th to go. My Point Exactly on the inside. Aristellus on the outside. These two to fight it out. Here's the wire. Looked like My Point Exactly held off Aristellus. Very close, though. Katie's Catbird was 3rd, a long way back to a photo for 4th.
Number 3, My Point Exactly, the 3-5 favorite, just holds on to win it and pays $3.20, owned by Imaginary Stables, trained by Elizabeth Dobles, and ridden to victory today by Paco Lopez. The 5th race is 6 furlongs, maiden claimers of fillies, 2-year-olds, scratched the number 4 Flat Queen. That was a late scratch in the race. The off-time favorite, number 3. Take the over.
And the race is on. Sky Chaser came away a little bit slow. Salsita Roja out with very good early speed. Celebrate Me down toward the inside and Take the Over, the favorite. Part of that early mix as well. Salsita Roja, Take the Over, and Celebrate Me. These three going fastest up the backstretch. That trio a length and a half in front of Miss Marcella, who was out in the fourth position. It's now another break of 2.5. Back to My Cotton Candy, who moves outside of Jazzy Beach. At the back of affairs early, Sky Chaser and Socially Astray. They head past the half-mile pole and up on the engine. Celebrate Me and Take the Over. Those two go on with it best. Now dropping off the pace a little bit is Salsita Roja, who settles in third. Another break of 2. Back to Miss Marcella, who's pushed along from that fourth spot. My Cotton Candy is fifth, about 7 lengths behind. Then we come back to Socially Astray, Jazzy Beach, Sky Chaser, nothing from that one yet. As they wind around to the top of the stretch. And up on the front end, it's Celebrate Me and Take the Over. These two arrive at the top of the lane, pretty much inseparable. Joining them on the outside, Miss Marcella starts to roll, and also Salsita Roja back into the bit. Celebrate Me turns for home in front. Take the Over, did not go with that one. Down the outside, Salsita Roja in third. Miss Marcella down the crown of the track, rallying from fourth. Late run from Socially Astray down the far outside. A final 16th to go, and Celebrate Me. Nick Juarez is trying to find the wire. Miss Marcella with 50 more yards to go. Celebrate Me is clear, though, and Celebrate Me wins it by 2. Miss Marcella was second, third. Take the Over. Fourth was close, either My Cotton Candy or Socially Astray.
Number 2, Celebrate Me, really impressive and scores at pace $22.40, owned by Rodrigo Cuna, trained by Carlos David, ridden to victory today by Nick Juarez. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 6.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. Zapper blows them away with an eye-opening performance.
Awesome again has won!
Go Zapper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Welcome back to 6th race, 1 mile on the turf. These are claimers, fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Full field, the off-time favorite, number 10, Nikki's Cause.
They're in the gate. And the race is on. Vitami toward the outside, shows good early speed. Bristol's Brook into the bit early on, and it's a Gimme's Girl right there. As they come by us the first time round, it's Bristol's Brook and Jeffrey Sanchez to make the pace. They lead it by 2. Vitami under a snug hold in the second spot. Down toward the inside, 4Ks, was out in third. Moving up between runners then comes Liberal. It's going to be 3 or 4 wide, though, for Queen's Fate as they go into that first turn. Tucking over nicely, it's a Gimme's Girl. Got down to save all the ground. Queen Rose was away in the 7th spot. Then comes Gift of Glory. At the back early on, her Colonel's Daughter. And Nikki's Cause, the favorite, spots the leaders about 10 as they head on for their journey down the back stretch. Bristol's Brook leads it, but only by a length. Vitami in the second spot, racing comfortably. Out on the far outside, Liberal in the red colors races in third. 4K stays toward the inside in the 4th spot, about 3.5 off the pace. Here's Queen's Fate, who starts to make up a little ground, is in 5th. Down to that one's inside, it's a Gimme's Girl in the 6th spot. Queen Rose is 7th. Nikki's Cause, trying to get going from the back, is back there with Gift of Glory. They head toward the far turn, and up on the front end, it's been Bristol's Brook, now confronted by Vitami on the outside. Liberal tries to get closer from the 3rd spot. 4Ks. Here's Queen's Fate circling up 3 deep, starts to make a little bit of a move, trying to run on from the back. Queen Rose is also circling up. Nikki's Cause starts to get going. This one wide open as they come to the quarter pole. Up on the front end, Liberal hits the front. Down toward the inside, Bristol's Brook is back. Queen's Rose trying to wind up down the center of the course with Queen's Fate. Liberal still pitching away. A final furlong left to go, and Queen Rose now surges to the front. Liberal, here's Nikki's Cause down the center of the course. Queen Rose is in front, Nikki's Cause. Liberal second best, Queen's Rose going to go on to win it here. It's Queen Rose comfortably by about 4 in the end. Liberal looked to have held second over Nikki's Cause and Colonel's Daughter.
Number 8, Queen Rose, proves much the best and pays a very nice $21.40 to win. Owned by Partner Stable LLC, trained by Antonio Sano, and ridden to victory today by Lionel Reyes. The 7th race, a 7-furlong sprint. These are starter optional claimers. 2-year-olds, scratch the number 6, Passionate Hachi.
And the race is on. Sydney's Charisma looked to have come out a step slow. Good start from the outside for Leaky Cup, who sprints to the early lead. 1st and 3, so the two favorites from the outside draws. Both away quickly. Down toward the inside, Logsdon comes through to join them, and those three fastest onto the main track. Rayo My King out in that 4th position. It's another length and a half then. Back to Sydney's Charisma, Honolulu Express. They have one beat at this point, and that's Town Jack, who is the trailer. 4.5 furlongs to go in their journey, and up front, Leaky Cup makes the pace. It's Leaky Cup past that 4.5 furlong pole in front by 2 to Logsdon and 1st and 3. They race in tandem 2nd and 3rd. They're about 3.5 clear of Rayo My King, who's up into that 4th spot. Then we come back to Sydney's Charisma and Honolulu Express. Those two are at the back. They head toward the far turn, and it's still Leaky Cup doing it nicely. Edgar Zayas and Leaky Cup in front by 2. 1st and 3 takes up the chase from 2nd. Dropping out of that pace battle was Logsdon, who's passed on the outside by Town Jack, who's up into the 3rd position. Honolulu Express has to do better. In fact, that one's dropped out second last as Sydney's Charisma trails. Winding around to the top of the stretch in 1st and 3. Went right on by Leaky Cup. 1st and 3 hits the front. Leaky Cup back to 2nd. They're 3.5 clear of Town Jack trying to get rolling Rayo My King. But with a final furlong left to go, it's 1st and 3 in command. 1st and 3 coming to the 16th pole. Better than 3.5 or 4 ahead. Rayo My King might get up into 2nd, but nobody gets to 1st and 3. 1st and 3 goes on to win it here by 3. Rayo My King was 2nd. 3rd looked like Leaky Cup holding off Town Jack.
Number 7, 1st and 3, the favorite, holds on to win it pace. $5 even. Owned by 3 Gin Guys Stable, trained by Dave Fawkes and ridden to victory today by Nick Juarez. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 8 in the first half of the Late Daily Double. Welcome back. 8th race, 6 furlongs allowance. Optional claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch the 1, Mr. Kisses. Scratch number 8, Musical Heart. The 6 to 5 favorite, number 2, Delta Bluesman.
And the race is on. From between horses, Storming My Way in the orange colors shows good early speed. Outside of that one, Gemologister and Delta Bluesman away toward the inside with early entry. Scam is in and amongst horses as well. And Accor, in fact, the first 6 only covered by about 2 lengths. It's a space of 3 more back to Color Me Pom Pom, and Buzz Off is at the back of affairs. The 8 of them covered by about 12 lengths with a half mile left to go, and they're battling up front as Storming My Way going quickly. Storming My Way into the far turn in front by a length and a half. Down toward the inside, Scam is coming up between horses. Then comes Gemologister, early entry, cast out 4 wide midway on that turn. Then comes Delta Bluesman. The gray is 5th, only 2 off the lead, staying toward the inside. Accor follows that one. Then comes Color Me Pom Pom, and still nothing yet at the back from Buzz Off. They come around to the top of the stretch, and Scam goes to a narrow advantage. It's Scam on the lead. Early entry from the far outside. Delta Bluesman comes in between horses, passes Storming My Way. Trying to run on from the back of affairs is Accor. A final furlong time now, and Scam hits the front. Here's Delta Bluesman diving down toward the inside. These two go on with it best. Early entry trying to roll. Color Me Pom Pom late on the scene. It's Delta Bluesman and Scam. These two for a final 16th of a mile. The old veteran Delta Bluesman comes on through to win it. Scam was valiant but second best. 3rd looked like Accor getting up over Storming My Way.
A hard-knocking 8-year-old number 2 Delta Bluesman would not be denied pace. $4.40 to win. Owned by Michelle Crawford and Albert Crawford, trained by Jorge Navarro and ridden to victory today by Emicial Jaramillo. The 9th and final race, 7.5 furlongs on the turf. These are maiden claimers. 2-year-olds scratch the 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and number 16.
And the race is on. Good start in the center for two-step slew. Shows good speed. Channel by the Wind, the favorite, was out in good order. And now the inside runners coming through. Mr. Nobody and Still the One. Not a ton of pace on, though, as they head toward that first turn. It's Mr. Nobody, Still the One, and Noble King joining them up on the outside. And those three go into that first turn, cutting the quarter nice two-step slew. Home Drill stays down toward the inside, was out in the fifth spot. Channel by the Wind is sixth early on, about 4 off the pace. It's a break of 2 back to Tiz Luna. Then comes Prolific Runner. Karam Shan with 1 beat early on, and that's All-Star Sailor who's at the back. They start their journey up the back stretch, and it's Mr. Nobody. Took advantage of that inside draw and opens up by a length. Now getting a little bit closer, Still the One in the second spot. Noble King presses up 3 wide, and now those 3 lining up on the front end. Two-step slew looms just in behind, along with Channel by the Wind. The favorite's in a good spot, within striking distance with a half mile left to go. It's another break of 2, then back to Home Drill, who's on the outside of Tiz Luna. Just in behind them, Prolific Runner tries to get going with Karam Shan, and All-Star Sailor drops out last. They take their run into the far turn, and Mr. Nobody, Still the One. The 2 in the pink silks, they can go at it past the 5/16 pole. Noble King been with him every step of the way. Here's Channel by the Wind. The gray is bottled up, going to need some room as Tiz Luna starts to uncork a little bit of a rally. And also winding up on the far outside is Karam Shan. This one still many chances at the top of the stretch. Mr. Nobody, Channel by the Wind looks for room down toward the rail. It got tight there. It got very tight. Channel by the Wind couldn't get through just yet. Still the One and Mr. Nobody, those 2 in front. Channel by the Wind tries to get through Karam Shan down the outside. Still the One strikes the front. Mr. Nobody battling on along with Channel by the Wind. Still the One, Channel by the Wind. These 2 in a driving finish. Looked like Still the One got it. Mr. Nobody was second, third, Channel by the Wind. Photo for fourth.
Number 2, Still the One, wins a close one in the nightcap and pays $7.40 to win. Owned by R. Sugar Bear Stable LLC, trained by Fernando Abreu, and ridden to victory today by Edgard Zayas. In the pick 5, 5 of 5, $1,911.70. 4 of 5, $20.05. The Rainbow 6, 6 of 6, $1,133.32. Carryover going into Friday's 9-race card, $41,777.51. And that wraps up Thursday's card. We're back on Friday with another 9-race card. Our first race post 12:30 p.m. But don't forget, Friday, Stronach 5. And it's a couple of really nice races right here from Gulfstream Park West, a couple from Laurel, and one from Golden Gate Field. So not only great racing here, we got the Stronach 5 at only a 12% takeout. Good night and good luck.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.